Hi, it's Tami Butler with The Business of Love, your faith-based clinical sexologist. And today I want to talk to you about building your foundation on the rock. Now, I'm out at Red Rocks Park in Colorado, absolutely breathtakingly beautiful place. And off in the background, you can see the wild deer roaming around. It's just absolutely beautiful. And you might wonder why I'm going to talk to you about rocks. Because your marriage has to have a foundation. And I want to talk to you today about that foundation. Because, a lot of times people think that sex is all about toys and techniques and fun. And that's true. Sex should be fun in your marriage and relationship. But honestly, unless we talk about some of these other factors that significantly impact the intimacy and the closeness of your marriage, sex is just going to be empty. And I don't want you to have empty sex. I want you to have a great marriage that's going to last till forever. And so let's talk about that today. Matthew 7:25 says that the rain came and the floods came and the wind blew and it tried to take the house down. But because the house was built upon the rock, it was not able to be destroyed. And so that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about having a fantastic marriage and not having the winds and the storms of life break you down. How many times have you had a situation come completely by surprise and you're like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? A strong marriage, a couple that's close with their house built upon the rock, is going to be able to weather the storms of life. So it's not just about how fantastic that sexual experience can be. It's about that bonding and that closeness that you feel as a couple. And so what I want you to do is to find ways to be rooted and grounded in that foundation that God provides in your relationship, because it's really, really very, very important. There's a lot of things that we can do and some things that we should do, but quite honestly, Christ is our foundation. He is the one that gives us strength and courage to go on when times get tough. And so that's when you want to draw close to Him. You want to, again, talk to your partner. I'm bringing up communication again because communication is very, very important. You can also do fun things like go out to Red Rocks Park like I'm doing today. It's a time, like we talked on the last episode, we talked about times of refreshment. Well, this is certainly refreshing. But I want you to have a solid foundation, as solid as the rocks that you see here. I'm just going to give you just a little view. Look at this. Isn't this just absolutely breathtakingly beautiful? Colorado is such a lovely place. But I want you to be in a lovely place in your marriage. And I want you to have it built upon something that is not going to break down over time. Pray together, talk to each other, read your Bible, go to church. And you don't have to be perfect. God doesn't expect us to be perfect, but He does look at the motive that's in your heart. So I want you to have that heart feeling for the one that you love again. Look at them and think about, how did you fall in love? Why did you fall in love with them in the first place? And, maybe you're so far off the beaten path that you're stuck out in the field somewhere, wondering how you're going to find your way back to each other. Well, I'll tell you, my friend, that God, as your foundation, will always help you find your way back to each other. If you seek Him with all of your heart and don't let the storms of life, the wind, the rain, break your foundation. And to me, that's a significant of true love. When, regardless of the storms of life, the love can't be broken. But we know that relationships are about a lot more than love. Love is the greatest of all these things. But that love needs to be founded on the foundation of Jesus. And when it is, it's going to be pretty difficult for the storms of life to take you down. So I want you to be encouraged, as always, on this episode of Walk With Me as we're out at Red Rocks Park and enjoying this absolutely beautiful scenery, to build your foundation for your marriage and your relationship, if perhaps you're not married yet, on the solid rock. Have a fantastic day. I'm Tami Butler with The Business of Love, and I care about the success of your marriage. I'm here to help you get to forever. See you next time.